Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP and the XRP community. Now as you can see from Mr. Level Up, use Lisk for guide 1 right here, and then 2, consolidation. And then the third was another run up, so we'll have to see what happens. But then again, from blockchain backers, short-term volatility looks fine to me. So look at this, just again consolidation. So we got a couple more right here. So from Luminous Design, so far on the monthly chart, 2 green months. If you notice when you have 2 green months, there's a big rise. Try to look at the bigger picture, something big is cooking behind the scenes. Now look at this, guys. So we have 2 green months in a row. What does that mean? If we go back, we did 1, 2, 3 right there. We did 1, 2. Look what happened. It does look promising. Then let XRP tweet out. We could see here again more consolidation. So it looks like a dip, you know, for buying opportunity. If people will want to buy, this is obviously not financial advice, nor am I a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment value only. But as we've seen from all the charts, we're in the consolidation phase for a little bit, and then we can see what comes up next, guys, right there. So, but nobody exactly knows what's going to happen, so we'll have to watch out for the upcoming days and weeks. But now let's just jump right into the news. We can see here from Peter Pumpkin, XRP and XRPL equals global solution for most efficient payment system. Let's watch this video.
You might still use proof of work.
Great. But I invite Ryan and Desiree. I don't know if you would like to comment on this as well. But Ryan, go ahead.
Proof of work doesn't work. Proof of work doesn't work. It's
Ryan,
been widely.
Ryan, proof of work's been working.
Let me
for
finish.
centuries.
Proof of work doesn't work.
Let him finish, please.
And in the early days of Bitcoin, there was a whole group of developers that broke off to create other assets, XRP being one of them, that doesn't use mining, that's cheaper from an energy perspective than Visa, and already scales to 1,500 transactions a second. A lot of these problems have already been solved. The challenge for adoption comes back to policy. The policy uncertainty around some of the assets has limited adoption, particularly here in the US. And I'm speaking from Ripple and XRP because we use that asset because it's a half a cent per payment. It's basically free. It scales and it's efficient. So 1,500 transactions a second at nearly no energy burn. So we're at a point today where there are real solutions to all of these challenges that already exist. Policy has become the challenge. And we heard on the first panel that around centralization on China, and this is going to be a hard pill for Peter to swallow. But 80% of the mining power for Bitcoin is controlled by 6 mining pools, 5 of which are in China. Today, the policy certainty in the US exists for Bitcoin and Ethereum, despite the fact those are China-controlled platforms. So activity goes to those platforms. What we need to do from a policy perspective in the US is look at the places where there are uncertainty. And one place, I'm speaking directly for me here, is XRP, where it looks like Bitcoin. It's decentralized, it's open source. We have 7% of the validation power on that, rather small in there. Grouping or giving clarity to those ones that are very similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum, that have the same characteristics and should be classified the same way. And then we're creating a level playing field across all the cryptos. I'm not anti-Bitcoin or anti-Ethereum by any means. I think there's a lot of great potential and breakthrough there. But we need to have a level playing field so the market can pick which ones they want to use and not be, as today they are, hindered by regulatory uncertainty.
Will you look at that, guys? XRP, XRP, XRP. There we go, guys. You guys just heard everything he had to say about XRP. It comes from Bank XRP. We can see here, blow to Bitcoin as a significant US crypto crackdown suddenly revealed. Look at this, guys. The US Bitcoin cryptocurrency community has had a rough week and its future is looking bleak. More news about Bitcoin. I mean, I'm not too sure about Bitcoin, honestly. It's like, to me it feels like it's like the beta technology to what comes next, you know? That's what it feels like to me. From XRP store, we can see here.
I'm going to give you a little overview of GSR. We are 35 employees. We started in November 2013. We started being primary market makers for Ripple, and since then we've provided market making services for exchanges, token issuers, and we've also, what we have right now, it's a company that serves not only providing liquidity to the market, but also sourcing liquidity to the market. We have an OTC desk, and we execute programmatic selling, buying, or programs to our customers. In many occasions, we find ourselves with customers that come to us. They have advised ICOs. They are ICOs, founders, or whales with large amounts of tokens, and they cannot get out of their positions because the market is very illiquid. It's very hard to find a buyer for an OTC side or a big size of an order on OTC. So the only way to get out of those illiquid positions is by executing programs with bots on the market. We were one of the primary market makers for Ripple, and what we've seen in the market recently, in recent months, is that new exchanges pop up. New players come in. These new exchanges try to gather attention from the market, because we all rank the exchanges in CoinMarketCap by volume. We all try to see who is the highest volume in the market. Those figures are, in many occasions, not real. We see lots of fake volumes in the market. Exchanges are finding new creative ways of incentivizing volume makers. That is not very different for market makers. Market makers are providing liquidity, and liquidity is very different, or it's different to doing wash trades.
From Boy XRP, things done changed. Let's watch this video.
Well, for people who understand Bitcoin, a simple way to understand Ripple is very much like Bitcoin, except that it can allow you to move any currency or any asset.
Okay.
So it's a distributed payment system. It doesn't require any central authority, but it can move any asset. So dollars, it can move cross-currency, cross-border.
Okay.
It's essentially targeted at use cases like cross-border payments, correspondent banking, those kinds of things.
Okay, it is open source like Bitcoin, right?
Yes, it is open source.
I seem to remember reading something on Reddit a while back. This was, I don't know, months ago, where someone was criticizing Ripple, as some of the Bitcoin fanatics will often do. Someone was criticizing Ripple, and they were saying, well, it's not even decentralized. It's a centralized business on a server. Now, how do you respond to that?
So it is to some extent centralized today. It's decentralized in the sense that if you cut off the head, it keeps going. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the most critical form of centralization. Like if you look at a company like eBay, they're decentralized in the sense that they don't carry their inventory. They're not the sellers. They're not the buyers. But if eBay went away, that would stop. There'd be no way for the sellers and buyers to contact each other anymore.
Right.
The Ripple network is centralized in the sense that right now Ripple Labs runs most of the servers and most of the validators, just because other people are not that terribly interested in doing it yet. Mm-hmm. We're working to change that. But it's decentralized in the
So could it be that the world realized what it had on its hands? XRP, a neutral global asset capable of bridging anything of value. Remember what XRP is, guys. Now, guys, we're to the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. Cryptomaniac tweeted on this is that there is possibly an announcement coming up in connection to Trump and something to do with 3/11. Maybe a date or a double meaning. We could see here. That's Trump. So, and then all of these other pictures right here. So maybe announcement coming up. Who knows? Now next is from Crypto Mike. We can see here Satoshi Nakamoto, Samsung, Toshiba, Nakamichi, Motorola. Look at that, guys. Isn't that quite interesting? And if you go down here, look at this. Satoshi Nakamoto. So who knows guys, at the end of the day, who knows. Reborn tweeted, a universe of digital assets, seamless transfers across the planet network. A new world order awaits, fiat, debit, currency, precious metals, that. Who's running the show? I think you know. We go boom overnight. XRP shines bright, dark to light. Look at that, 113, 311. And then, so this is all in correlation to Mr. Pools, which we will watch later. But we can see right there. Again, Reborn tweeted out, I like connecting dots. That is all. Your mind is a lot like a parachute. It doesn't work if it isn't open. We all of this. And then that's Sonic, I'm guessing right there. And then financial district. Look at that, guys. And then that's the pyramid. So it's all in connectivity, you know, to this right here. From Crypto Eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, it is in front of your eyes. Ripple plus gold plus XRP plus ILP plus Trump plus R3. We can see all of this. So this is quite interesting, guys. If we take a look at this, Interledger, look at that. We got Trump right there, you know, the pose. We got gold. We got XRP fast. We got Ripple. I don't know what that correlates to. And then R3 Corda. So this whole picture is quite interesting right there. Now Baba Cux comes and tweets out, they control the charts you see. A new world awaits for XRP. We can see here from Big Champ. This is facts. Look at that. We then control the charts you see. So I'm guessing everything is going to plan. Now the final tweet for today's video comes from Mr. Poole. We can see here. Let's watch this video. So that was a very interesting video right there. We can see here 2020. So there's a lot of, you know, news coming up for the XRP and the XRP community. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, guys, see ya.